We have a serious problem with modern-day politics.
Lefties celebrate Trump shooting with tasteless social media posts about John Wilkes Booth.
And there is no greater example of this than content creator and streamer Destiny.
Just because that side engages in that kind of behavior and that kind of rhetoric and that kind of we can joke about the bad things that happen to them, I don't think that makes it okay for us to turn around and do the same in the country.
No, I reject that. It's absolutely insane. We're supposed to jump up and feel sad that the guy who was one of the most divisive presidents in all of history got shot at? Whatever happens, happens. I don't give a f. At this point, my only regret is that the guy didn't spend enough time practicing first. Right.
Okay, one person is dead who isn't Trump, right, who got shot out. Someone in the crowd that was just going to a rally. I think it's okay to show a little empathy.
I'm sorry. I didn't know somebody else died. What state was this in?
Pennsylvania, my state.
Swing state voter. Sorry, what?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Destiny is everything wrong with modern-day politics. On July 13th, 2024, in a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, an attempt on the life of former President Donald J. Trump was made by an individual named Thomas Matthew Crook. The FBI is currently investigating. Now, this video isn't really about this shooting in particular. It's not even really about Destiny. Although we will be covering some of the insane things that Destiny and others have been saying. And trust me, folks, some of their comments are extremely disturbing. So full discretion. And I know that even though I am a smaller YouTube channel and face the risk of like major backlash, I know that I have to make this video. This is a really important discussion to have because this kind of rhetoric we've been seeing in politics is just completely unacceptable. For example, Short Fat Otaku, another YouTuber, recently came out and made some of the most insane tweets, basically mocking one of the victims.
But Dev, Short Fat Otaku, said the bystander who was shot during the Trump assassination event was against Pence rejecting the false electors.
Oh my God, that is funny!
Now we all know what you're implying, that his death was more deserved because of this. Dev is going to make the defense, well, I didn't say that explicitly, like a fucking dumbass.
Banned? I was just pretending to be retarded! It was ironic shit posting!
So he further went to look through the guy's post, and he says, the guy who was shot was a Putin fan, LOL. That doesn't justify it, of course. Gotta put in those disclaimers, right? No implications, my ass, you lying piece of shit.
Julian!
Oh, and this basically goes without saying, but please do not harass Destiny. Do not go to his channel, do not leave comments, like, do not be angry and attack him. I'm making this video because I think he needs a wake-up call. If I had said this, if like, I don't know, Steven Crowder had said this, they would already be banned from YouTube. They would be gone, okay? They would be deplatformed, depersoned, demonetized, all of it. But of course, yeah, we're gonna get into this. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's just continue the video. I think we've reached a major breaking point in modern day politics. For example, recently, Tenacious D sparked outrage after bandmate Kyle Gass said he hopes that the shooter doesn't miss Trump next time, essentially implying he hopes that the next time someone tries to take out Trump, he succeeds.
Make a wish, Canada! Don't miss Trump next time.
And I know that a lot of people are going to make the claim that it's just a joke, bro. But to me, that's always had major, it's just a prank, bro, energy.
Oh my God, I got a question. I'm not talking to you, brother. You are beautiful. Do you got a number? What's wrong with you, bro? It's a prank.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, it's a call for violence. Yeah, it's jokes are not calls for violence. Like, come on, like, what is this? That's like saying it's a joke. I just posted, your mom's home address so people can harass them. Well, what do you mean? Like, that's not a joke. She's getting harassed.
These comments were so bad that the government of Australia actually moved to kick Tenacious D out of the country and deport them immediately. Although, to be fair, Jack Black did come out and disavow these comments. He essentially said, I am shutting down Tenacious D, effective immediately, and have no plans to travel with them in the future. So he did say that. He did walk back Kyle's statements, and that's how the cookie crumbles. But this brings us to Destiny. First of all, let's start with the basics. Who is Destiny? Destiny, aka Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II, is a famous online streamer and content creator. He was among the first people to stream video games online full-time and has received attention as a pioneer of the industry. The reason why all of this is important is because he's got like one of the bigger commentary channels on YouTube. It's around like 760,000 subscribers, way bigger than me. But he's had major appearances on shows like with Tim Pool on Timcast. He's even famous enough that someone like Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan podcast has mentioned him as well. Although Joe Rogan didn't have anything particularly positive to say.
Ben Shapiro should debate Destiny.
Oh my God! I know they did. They did debate.
He's so ridiculous. He does a Wikipedia search and then just starts going after things like he's an expert.
Yeah,
it's a fun time. It's a really fun time.
Now, for those of you who have been around the block, this isn't anything new. Destiny for a long time has championed himself as some sort of master debater. Where's my Grammy Award for humor?
Minor spelling mistake. I win.
And for those of us who have been around the block or been in this space, Destiny has always been someone who has had that reputation of owning the conservatives, owning those right-wing chuds. Really, he's not that good at like researching. He'll pull up a study, he'll pull up a Wikipedia article, and he'll use that as some sort of like mastermind proof.
Just up until a few days ago, if you typed in Hunter Biden email controversy, it would redirect you to an article about the Biden-Ukraine conspiracy theory.
Now, all that aside, this isn't really about one side or the other. This is about people who are terminally online and how it's leading them down paths of like extremism and like radical beliefs. I want to show you this tweet on Twitter. Here on Twitter, we have a tweet by Keith Woods. He says, Destiny has spent the past day justifying the attempted murder of Donald Trump and gloating about the actual murder of his supporters. Now, the important part is this. Since he came out as a staunch supporter of Israel last year, figures like Lex Friedman, Piers Morgan, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, and others have hosted Destiny, presenting him as a respected political analyst. Now, I am not someone who believes in guilt by association. I am not saying that any of these people who have given Destiny a platform are responsible for the things that he has been saying. However, I think it's really important that we spell this out. Taking a look at these tweets by Destiny, and I'm going to have to censor this image. This is insane. I've got to censor this image, and I'll explain to you what the image is. But I have to censor this just to show it to you, because if I didn't censor it, I would get in trouble. It's an image of the man who was murdered protecting his family. He was a fireman. Very devastating. My heart goes out to the family. Destiny says to this, all I see is Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania.
What is wrong with you people? Huh?
So, for those of you who need to understand the context a little bit more, Destiny is basically saying that he's glad the person who died at the Trump rally, the father and fireman who was shot in the skull because the bullet missed Trump, died because it means that Biden is going to get another voter. He's +1 up, right? Haha, isn't it so funny? And again, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, he's just being sarcastic. He's just joking. What about this tweet by Destiny? He says, if we learned anything today, I hope it realized the importance of principles I've stressed many times before. Having a firearm means absolutely nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. Folks, do I even need to explain that one? Oh, who am I kidding? I need to spell it out. This is the internet. What am I saying?
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
You binged all your nano stuff. That shit is bussing, no cap.
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
Destiny is basically saying that, damn, you need to practice aiming so that you don't miss next time. Again, this is not a joke. But people keep saying these sorts of things. Now, one of the reasons I talked about like Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire giving Destiny a platform is because these are very large platforms. These people reach millions of people. And a lot of people are going to say like, you know, it's just a few fringe lunatics who believe this. It's just a few people on Twitter. No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
Are you Darcy Waldron? Yeah? Okay, from Cayuga? And you think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook? Pretty anti-American if you ask me.
I'm Michael Jordan.
We're here right now because Trump is insane, because he has support from 90% of the conservatives in the Republican Party who are entirely un-American.
Stop it. Get some help.
As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country?
This rhetoric has become so common that you're seeing it almost everywhere. Your boomer parents, your family members, people out on the street. People have become so vitriolic that they're literally calling for murder.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And people like Destiny are the perfect example of being terminally online and having absolute brain rot.
That's ball game. I think we lose. Like, so that shooter cost us the election. It's done, right? Have you seen some of these photos coming out of Trump with his fist in the air and the American flag behind him and the Secret Service around him? That's ball game. We're done.
I already told you. I thought he should have spent more time practicing first. I don't know what you want me to say.
Nope. Stop talking. Go to jail.
Like, what is wrong with you? So why are people like Destiny in particular losing their minds? I think it's obvious. When major social media platforms are, for the most part, pretty much biased, right? Biased against conservatives, biased against right-wingers, biased against Trump supporters. I mean, look at Reddit. Reddit has essentially banned almost every single conservative or like Trump-supporting subreddit. One of the most famous examples being the Donald.
I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm. No!
Now, these subreddits never actually broke any rules. They would basically get taken down by a small collection of radical hardcore moderators.
No.
How'd that get in there?
You see, all of Reddit is basically controlled by like 3 or 5 mods which control the top 100 subreddits. And this is actually a huge scandal. These people are like basically professional moderators. And when I say professional moderator, what I mean is they don't get paid. They actually do it for free. But they use their power as moderators to essentially abuse the website and push their views, which just happen to be, let's just say radically left-wing. If you don't believe me, let's just take a look at what should be a very neutral subreddit. This is a subreddit called r/politics. Look here. Trump is an authoritarian who must not win. Saying that is not inciting violence.
Hey, can you give me some money?
No.
Fascist.
This is such absolute nonsense. Like, I'm so tired of these soy-drinking cucks trying to go out and say, like, we're not inciting violence. You have another post here saying Thomas Matthew Crooks had a Donald Trump sign in his yard, according to a neighbor. I've been seeing a lot of people pushing this narrative that, like, the shooter was a registered Republican. Listen, we don't really know much about the shooter. It doesn't really matter what his politics were, okay? Some 20-year-old who had never voted before, oh, he's Republican. So what? That doesn't prove anything. It doesn't mean anything. That they're trying to say, well, he had a Donald Trump sign. See, it wasn't us. We're not extremists.
I don't, Hands. Are we the baddies?
Here's another post. This is the most extreme presidential ticket in modern history, with a picture of Trump and his vice president, V.D. Vance. 1 in 3 Biden supporters think the Trump shooting may have been staged.
Hey pal, you just blowing from stupid town?
Now, this goes without saying, but if you think that the shooting was staged because it's not good for your politics, then not only are you part of a echo chamber, you are absolutely unhinged. You have absolute brain rot, and you know, I'm no genius, but correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Alex Jones get sued like $1.5 billion over his claims around another event similar to this? Now, I personally think that lawsuit was a load of crock, but regardless of how you feel about Alex Jones or the court case or any of that, how can you sit there and say that, oh, it's not real, it didn't happen, people were hurt, a man literally died, Trump was shot? But this is Reddit, my friends. Fascist? We can just drop the pretense they're just extreme. They're fascists.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is your brain on a left-wing echo chamber. Now this brings us back to Destiny. I feel like in the past, Destiny used to have a lot of very balanced, dare I say it, based takes.
You don't think Rittenhouse has to take his own L for inserting himself into such a dangerous situation and having to kill two people just to get out of that situation?
No. To say that anyone's in the moral wrong because other people are rioting, that's just wild to me. That triggers me out of, like, the people that were in the moral wrong were the rioters, and the people that were super morally wrong were the people that attacked Rittenhouse. Even the circumstances of him getting attacked was him fucking running away while one pedophile chased him and another guy shot a handgun into the air behind him. So to come here and be like, well, he's a little bit right-wing in a rural community, like, tell me you're liberal without telling me you're liberal. Like, where were you born and raised? Seattle? Like, what a stupid thing to say. No shit.
Exceptional sparring, brother. Based as Based on what? Like, you know, owning the libs.
It's quite ironic, to say the least, but this shows that there was once a time when Destiny had sensible takes. Now, political echo chambers and Redditors aside, why is Destiny spiraling out of control? Why is it that this could be the very start of his downfall? And I didn't really want to bring this up, but I think that it's actually the reason that Destiny in particular is spiraling out of control, so it's worth mentioning. I'm gonna have to talk about his ex-wife. Now look, I'm not talking about this to rag on Destiny, but I do think that it is a cautionary tale, and probably why he's spinning off the deep end. For those wondering for the full context, for many years, Destiny was in an open relationship.
You're in an open relationship. What's that like?
The only relationships I've ever done has been open relationships since I was like in high school, because I didn't really understand like why wouldn't you be able to like do other things with other people, but then just...
Now, many commentators online, including myself, have criticized this for many years, saying, look, Destin, open relationships are not really relationships. They're not normal. You're just being, I hate to use the terminology, those darn right-wing chuds, but it is literally like, you're getting cucked. When your woman is sleeping with other men, yeah, you're getting cucked. Like, is this rocket science?
All right, let's find out.
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Mel time.
Why did I say this?
Mel time. It's Mel time.
Oh, she got the form. Okay, so we're just doing salsa. We're just going.
Yep. Right. Yeah. Is that okay?
That's a lot of damage.
And it's to the point I almost feel bad for Destin. Like, when I look at him, like, in these old interviews, I can't help but see, like, Will Smith, the face of a broken man who's in denial about the reality in front of him. Folks, if your wife is sleeping with other men, she's not your wife. She belonged to the streets. So for those who don't know the full story, they did end up separating. Now, I say separating, but it really wasn't that. Like, the divorce was absolutely devastating. So essentially what happens is that at a certain point, his wife, Melina, she basically falls for some foreigner. I don't actually know his name. I don't really care. This is a picture of them. I'm sorry for laughing. But as you can see here, apparently she runs away. She literally left the country to move and be with her new side dude, or her new husband, right? Because they did end up getting a divorce. One person described it as, Destiny's wife leaves him for dollar store Erza Miller. And I think Destiny took it really hard. He's been, like, ever since then, he's really gotten, like, full dive into this political thing. And I think this is actually a really good example of, like, just how bad the internet can warp some people's minds. So I really don't care about the cope that Destiny and his ilk are going to, like, kind of say. No, you're not justified in calling for violence because you thought those conservatives were meanies online. Oh no, he posted a Pepe meme. That means he's a violent fascist. Let's dox him and his mom and harass him. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do those things. They're bad. Grow up and be an adult with the rest of us, okay?
And what I'm saying is that
I don't know how that's true. Like, women fare worse than men in almost every degree after divorces. So the idea of pretending...
What are you talking about?
They make more money. They have better dating strategies afterwards. Men just do better than women in almost every single metric post-divorce.
What? Bro!
No!
In an average marriage, for the most part, the guy's making more money on some level. True. Right? Let's say they divorce and the woman leaves. She's getting probably the house and money. So it's kind of like she's winning. He is on the other hand in a car, or for example, in a friggin' one-bedroom apartment. Why are women initiating 80% of the divorces?
Because I must really hate the relationship.
No, because they stand to benefit from it way more than men do.
They don't benefit from the divorce more than staying married.
And look, I don't want to make too much, like, I don't want to rag on Destiny too much. Obviously, this sucks. Like, I'm not going to say, like, he deserved for his wife to leave him. I am going to say, like, dude, for years, people have told you, like, this is not a real relationship. If you're going to sleep around with other people while you're married, then why are you married? That's literally just being friends with benefits, except you won't get screwed in a divorce, lose half of your assets, half of your money, probably the house. And actually, I think he was lucky they did not have kids because 100%, she would have gotten child support. The statistics show that women get child custody in 90% of cases. And this is even abusive women, crazy women, gaslighting women, bad women, right? Everyone wants to talk about bad dads. No one wants to talk about bad women. This is just where we are in modern society.
We live in a society.
But this is where we're at, folks. This is where we are at. And this is what I want to say to Destiny. Destiny, if you are listening, you need to calm down. You have TDS. You have Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm afraid that if you continue to go on your current path, which, trust me, as somebody who knows, I see that you are on a downward spiral. You need to calm down. I think you need to take a break from the internet. You have brain rot. You are terminally online, and you've absolutely lost the plot. Like, most of the mainstream conservatives that I see liberals complain about are like the most lukewater, middle-of-the-road centrist ever. This isn't World War II Germany. How many times have you heard like some liberal guy or something say like, Trump is like Voldemort and we're like Hufflepuff? Don't let the bad guy win. We're on the right side of history. I think these people need to get off the internet and like readjust and actually talk to people, actually talk to conservatives. And I think if you do that, you're going to find that most conservatives are just very normal people. You know, they agree with you on some things, they disagree with you on some things. So I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, I thought conservatives are against cancel culture. We are. I don't want Destiny to be canceled. I don't want Destiny to be harassed whatsoever. I don't condone that. Again, do not condone it. Do not want it. But I do think Destiny needs a major wake-up call. You need to come back to reality. You need to calm down. You have absolutely lost your mind. And I really hope that you come out, you retract your statements, and you kind of put this all behind you, and you come back to the middle with people like me who can have it like a civil conversation. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, everyone, thanks for watching this video. I've been out of the game for a while. I will be talking about that in the future, so remember to subscribe to the channel, as I have very many videos planned. Please support the channel by joining us on Patreon. Doing so will give you access to a private Discord server, the only way to get in the server, called Fight Club. Rule number 1, don't talk about Fight Club, is to either join on Patreon. You can also join on Subscribestar. This is a really great way to support the channel. More videos are coming up, don't you worry about it. I'll be launching a second channel soon. Look forward to that. It's going to be called Obvious Reviews, and we're going to talk about like video games, anime, movies, TV shows, all that sort of culture, gameplay, and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. For now, folks, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time.